My dear students, I'd like to continue with the choice of form of business organization, that is capital considerations. Companies, they are in a better position to collect the large amounts of capital by issuing shares to a large number of investors. So capital that can be collected, that business organization is company can collect large amount of capital by issuing shares to a large number of investors. Partnership firms also have the advantage of combined resources, as all the partners can invest. So even partnership firms are also having the advantage of combined resources of all the partners. Next is here, but the resource of a sole proprietor, they are limited. Resource of a sole proprietor, it is very limited, because why? Only one person, sole person is investing, only his capital is considered. Thus, if the scale of operations is large, company form may be suitable, whereas for medium or if it is a small sized business, they can go for partnership, or else one can opt for sole proprietorship. If the scale of operation, if they have decided small or medium, capital contribution will also be less, legal requirement will involved will also be very less, expenses will also be very less. So from the point of view of expansion, a company is more suitable. If their business organization is thinking of, if the business organization wants to be diversified, then the company form of business organization is more suitable, because of its capability to raise more funds and invest in expansion plans. They can diversify, they can go for petroleum business, telecommunication sector, retail sector, enter in different having expansion plans with raising more funds from the public. That can be done with the help of company form of business organization. It is precisely for this purpose that in our opening case, Neha's father suggested she should consider switching over to the company form of business organization. As earlier example, it was being suggested that Neha, who was a student, her father was being suggested to switch to the company form of. The simple reason is that, any example it might be, joint stock company has more advantages as compared to this other forms of business organization. If the form of business organization is chosen on the basis of capital consideration, or if it is being chosen based on the managerial ability, company is good. If the continuity, yes, company is good. Liability also, limited liability will be there. Joint stock company, again it would be preferred. Cost and ease in setting up, yes, cost would involving that cost involved in the form of that is company form of business organization, yes, it requires more cost, but more advantages can be found if it is a joint stock company, because public can be invited, capital can be collected in more number, expansion policy can also be applied. Next is degree of control. If direct control over operations and absolute decision making power is required, proprietorship may be preferred. If every operations of the business, say for example production, marketing, or it may be purchase with regard to purchase, or any operations of the business, absolute decision making, if anyone wants to have absolute decision making power, if on that basis the business organization is considered, then sole proprietorship can be preferred, because every control, direct control is possible. But if the owners do not mind sharing the control and sharing the decision making, if the owners are agreeing for sharing the control and can involve the professionals in decision making, then partnership or company form of organization can be adopted. So the adaptation or choosing of any form of business organization depends on if the owner is ready to give the control or share the control. If the owner is ready to involve others in decision making, then they can go for company form of business organization or partnership. The one more added advantage in the case of company form of business organization is that there is complete separation of ownership and management. Suppose I have some money, I want to be a owner, I want to purchase the shares, but I don't know how to manage that company, how to manage being a owner. Then this advantage or this problem can be solved with the help of investing in such companies where there is a separation of ownership and management. It is professionals who are appointed to independently manage the affairs of the company. Here the professionals are managing. So when the professionals are managing, they will be very good at and they will be skilled professionals. They have more knowledge, experience in that particular field. So yes, that can be possible only with the help of joint stock company. Lastly, nature of business. If direct personal contact is needed with the customers, that is, say for example, in case of grocery store, nearby their residential, if they maintain good relationship with that person, he may give on credit base, he may give more discounts. So in emergency also he can give 24 into 7 also. That person, if he is very friendly with the residents, he can also provide. So direct personal contact can be maintained or that is needed with the customer. If that is needed, then sole proprietorship is more suitable. For large manufacturing units, however, when direct personal contact with the customer comes, then it is not possible. It is not required also. For large manufacturing units, it is not required. Direct personal contact with the customer is not required. The company form of organization may be adopted if in that case. If that is not required, they can adopt for company form of business organization. For example, Reliance Industries may not be knowing who are the customers. Reliance Industries may not be knowing who are the users. So they may not have direct contact. They may know who are the customers, but that direct contact is not there. Similarly, in cases where services of professional nature are required, partnership form is much more suitable. So this nature of business helps to choose the form of business organization. Where services of a professional nature are required, then partnership form is more suitable, because if a partner is good at managing the business, if a partner is good at it, he has more money, one can invest, other can be as an active partner and manage the operations. So in that way, service of a professional natures can be, if one is good at marketing, he can be made as a partner. He will also invest in the company. His personal assets are also attached for the repayment of the debts. So professional, if he is a professional, if he is a very talented person, his service can be obtained. Partnership can be chosen for such, in such conditions. So that is more suitable. I would like to conclude by stating that it would not be out of place to mention here that the factors stated above, they are interrelated. Yes, students, all the factors which I have explained, that may be nature of business, degree of control, capital considerations, managerial ability, continuity, liability. So all these factors are somewhere, they are interrelated, they are connected with each other. Factors like capital contribution and risk vary with the size and nature of business, and hence a form of business organization that is suitable from the point of view of the risks for a given business when run on a small scale might not be appropriate when the same business is carried on large scale. If person wants to do the business on a large scale, then this sole proprietorship may not be suitable, or the partnership may not be suitable. If that is on the basis of size of the business, if they are thinking, then size of the business makes person to choose. If it is a small scale business, they would like to go for sole proprietorship or partnership. So if it is on the nature of business, again that matters to choose. Here all these points are somewhere interconnected. It is therefore suggested that all the related factors or the relevant factors must be taken into consideration while making a decision with respect to the form of organization that should be adopted. So whichever they choose the form of business organization, on these factors only it will be decided, and these factors are related. All these factors must be considered, taken into consideration before the choice of form of business organization is done. If they want to have a personal contact with the customers, that is nature of the business, how the nature is, can that be possible if it is a large scale business done. So on this all the basis it will be selected. So this is about the choice of form of business organization.